You don't know whether you're an ethical leader or not until you've been put in a situation to respond. I can guarantee you it's going to be difficult. Really embracing very difficult decisions that you have to make and being okay with it, even if the consequences from another person's perspective may not be all entirely positive. You have to be prepared for that. But you're really comfortable with the decisions that you made, even though you had to maybe go through some difficult things because of those decisions. You're still comfortable with knowing that you did what you felt you needed to do and what you thought was ethical. I think ethical leadership is huge, and I've seen a lot of what power and position and authority, how that can so easily corrupt a really good person.
Being very transparent as well, I think, is a big part of being an ethical leader. And everything you do, you should do like everyone's watching you.
For me, when I think about my ethics, saying it is not good enough. I have to be able to really live what it is that my ethics and a track record. It's not just I've been at K-State for a year and a half now. You need to be able to go back and look at my life and see here is how I have done it in this situation. We all have to acknowledge that ethics are playing out just as much in their getting up and going to work at 8 o'clock in the morning, getting off at 5, as it is to someone who's making $3 million a year. The ethics that's something that's constant.
I think an ethical leader is someone that has to be practicing all the time in every way, shape, and form. We talk about ethical fitness here in leadership studies. It's like physical fitness, right? So if you've got this set of values, but you never practice them and you never tell them to your community and say, here's how I am being knowledgeable, ethical, caring, and inclusive, then how do you make sure they're strong? And what happens if you get into a situation where you have to be ethical or you have to be caring, but you haven't done it in 10 years?
I don't see what we're doing as, preparing students to make a company more money. I don't see that at all. I see that we're in the business of making the world a better place for people to live. And so to me, that's the ethical part.
John Carlin talked about how we have too many examples of unethical leadership, of decisions made not out of ethics but out of personal agendas, and how that impacts corporations and how that impacts individuals and constituents. Another thing he talked about is that an ethical leader is developed through experience, and it begins from when we're raised, and how experiences such as Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts or clubs we're involved in, sports we're involved in, all those things teach us how to make ethical decisions. A lot of ethics are developed through experience. A lot of firm convictions are developed through a personal experience. And that's what life is. It's a training ground. And let that be a lesson to us, in case we ever have kids, that their ethical training starts from the day they're born.